Wanna be Ryan the Great, and today we are previewing the NBA play-in tournament, guys. I'm going to be making my predictions for all the games about who I think is going to get the 7th seeds and the 8th seeds in the NBA play tournament. We're going to be talking about the first two 7 versus 8 games, then we'll go into the 9 versus 10 games, then we'll go to the second round, yada yada. You guys know the drill. So yeah, we're getting right into it. But before we get right into it, guys, make sure you subscribe with post notifications on. Go subscribe to my Brother Lynn the Great blogs. Make sure you go subscribe to my second channel at Ryan the Cod Great, and make sure you follow me on Twitch at Ryan the Great Podcast. My favorite video, ladies and gentlemen, let's go right into the video. So starting off our first game, starting tomorrow. Or today in your guys' case, at 7:30 Eastern Time. We have the Atlanta Hawks taking on the Miami Heat. I'm going to take the Miami Heat in this game. You know, listen, you got playoff Jimmy Butler in there. We always obviously know Jimmy Butler balled out in the playoffs last year, especially in that Eastern Conference Final Series. While I ended up losing, he did ball out against the Boston Celtics. And now, you know, the Atlanta Hawks getting a 500 record this year, but not playing up to the potential that we thought they would after trading for DeJounte Murray. I think the Heat, with their great defense inside, will be able to take off the pick and roll from Trae Young and Clint Capella. I also think that the Heat will be able to catch out on shooters like Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, Bogdanovich, and other players like that. And I think the Heat, they've been shooting the lights out in the past few games, so I think they will be able to do that pretty well. Obviously, you know, you got Max Strus, you got Vincent, you got Tyler Hero, you still got Butler, you got Martin, you got Oladipo. You know, you got a lot of great players there, and their bench is really good. I love what Kyle Lowry's been doing off the bench recently. Once again, you got Oladipo, Martin, Vincent, Kevin Love coming off the bench. I'm liking what he's doing. So yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing for the Miami Heat right now. And I think they're going to be a tough team for the Boston Celtics to beat. Do I think that they will beat the Boston Celtics? No, but I think they could take them to 6 games. We'll have to see, though, if they can win this game against the Atlanta Hawks. Next, we're going to talk about the Timberwolves going to the Los Angeles Lakers, happening at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm taking the Los Angeles Lakers here. Listen, they've been on a hot streak right now with LeBron James coming back, Anthony Davis. You know, they just signed Tristan Thompson, Shaquille Harrison. D'Angelo Russell has been playing really well. I'm loving what I'm seeing from Austin Reeves. Dennis Schroeder's been playing really well as well. Roy Hachimura, ever since coming over. Lonnie Walker's been playing good. And then obviously LeBron James and Anthony Davis have been playing really well themselves. I'm loving what I'm seeing there. I'm especially, I mean, I already know I mentioned his name, but I'm really loving stuff from D'Angelo Russell right now. Ever since coming back to the Lakers, he has been playing really good. I have to give him his props there. And, you know, it's not really one of the reasons that I think the Lakers are the greatest team in the world. I just think they're going to steamroll them because of the Timberwolves. I've never talked about this. This is the only time I'm really going to talk about this. The Timberwolves are the stupidest team in the universe. How in the hell do you get into a fight, McDaniels breaking his hand on a wall, Gobert gets suspended for 1 game, Kyle Anderson being an idiot. Kyle Anderson calling Rudy Gobert the B word. Rudy Gobert throwing punches. Like, I understand if you're going to say controlling emotions, but if I was getting paid millions of dollars to control my emotions, I would do it. Believe me, all right? These guys are professionals. They should know how to be professional on the court. And this is really stupid because now there's nobody really there to guard Anthony Davis. I really don't see anybody guarding LeBron James, one way or the other. There's no big to defend the paint. And McDaniels, that great power, not great, but good power forward, he is now out. You know, he was averaging 12 points a game this season. He was out doing really well. You know, he's not the greatest player in the world, but he's a good player. And now he's out for the year with a, broken hand. This is just really sad for the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think the Lakers will steamroll them. And, you know, it's just going to be a real shame. And then the next game we have on Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We have the Chicago Bulls taking on the Toronto Raptors. It really doesn't matter to me who wins this game. I will be honest with you guys. Actually, it kind of does. I'll be honest because I mean, the Bulls. I was not a fan of what they did this season. Obviously, losing Lonzo Ball for the year was definitely a problem. Not even playing this year, but still losing him. I just didn't like what I saw this year. I had him as a dark horse team to potentially win it all or go to the Eastern Conference Finals. DeMar DeRozan, he stepped down a little bit from last year, averaged 27 points per game, now averaging 24 points per game this season. Zach LaVine, 24 points per game, he did his job. Yusuf did his job. Williams did his job. But other than that, there really was nobody else that stood out on the team. They're a really boring team, I'll be honest. I also thought the signing of Andre Drummond was going to help them because, Andre Drummond, a great rebounder and all. And then picking up Patrick Beverley through, I think it was the buyouts or whatever. I thought he was going to emerge, not emerge, but do pretty well there. But they just don't stand out as a team, and they're just not that good together. I mean, there's got to be a change here. The Raptors, on the other hand, they're not much better. Siakam has had a good year, 24 points per game. VanVleet, a half-decent year. Trent, I think he's emerged really well. Anunoby, Barnes, yada, yada, yada. I think trading for Pirtle was a great idea. I'll take the Toronto Raptors here just because I just don't like what I see from the Chicago Bulls. And then also, I think that the shooting of VanVleet and Trent will do really well. The damage that they can do inside with Siakam and Scotty Barnes, I don't think that Chicago Bulls will be able to handle that too well. So I'll take the Toronto Raptors here. I don't know that much about both teams, I'll be honest, but I know enough to know that the Chicago Bulls are just not a good team this year, and I just don't see them winning this game. So next we go to the Oklahoma City Thunder versus the New Orleans Pelicans. This is a tough game. I don't want people to think this is not a tough game because this Thunder team is very, very good. Listen, you obviously have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander averaging 31.4 points per game. He has really emerged. I'm very proud of what I saw from him. Josh Giddey, this guy is really good. 16 points a game, 7.9 rebounds, 6.2 assists. I love Josh Giddey. One of my favorite players right now. I'll give him that. Jalen Williams, nobody really says his name. Averaging 14 points per game this season. Dort, he's averaging 13.7 points per game this year. I think he's another good role player. My man Isaiah Joe. That's my dog right there. The Sixers never gave him a chance. But this year, averaging 9.5 points per game. I'm loving what I'm seeing from Isaiah Joe. And then they got some other good role players as well that can help them win. Also, my man Jeremiah Robinson Earl, baby. That's my dog. He only played in 43 games this year, but I love my man Jeremiah Robinson Earl, Villanova man. I'm proud of him. But yeah, this is a feel-good team for the Oklahoma City Thunder. I think they will do better next year, but I just don't think they can take down this beast. That is not a beast, but the beast to them that is the New Orleans Pelicans. I understand that Zion Williamson will not be in there. He's ruled out for the play-in. But C.J. McCollum, Jonas Valanciunas, Brandon Ingram, who I love, Trey Murphy III, he has really emerged this year. Then they got some great guys coming off the bench, Jones, Marshall, Alvarado. These guys are pretty good coming off the bench. Also, Larry Nance Jr., I think he's a solid role player off the bench. I love their scoring. I don't think that their defense can really keep up. Also, Valanciunas being a great rebounder, I don't think that they can really defeat them on the boards and be the more aggressive team. So I will take the New Orleans Pelicans in this game. And then next we go to the East play-in. I have to remember who I have. So I have the Atlanta Hawks and the Toronto Raptors. So the Atlanta Hawks and the Toronto Raptors. This is kind of a tough game here. I really don't know who to pick. Because, both teams are not good. They're kind of, the same. I guess I'll take... See, here's the thing. With Trae Young, he's not the best playoff performer. We did see that last year against Miami. He's not a bad playoff performer, but he didn't have a good series last year against Miami. And in a one-game situation... See, that's the thing about this. It's not a 7-game series or, best out of 3. It's a one game. So you never really know who to pick. I'll take Atlanta here. Well, I don't know. I guess I'll go with Atlanta just because of, the shooting of Trae Young. they could be a little hopped up for this game. Coming off what I think coming off the loss to Miami. They do have the home court advantage as well. I'll take them here. It's tough though. I think this would be a tough game, but I'll take it. I'll take Atlanta here. Next, we have the Timberwolves and the New Orleans Pelicans. I'm taking the Pelicans to steamroll them. I don't care. There's no camaraderie ever since Rudy Gobert punched Kyle Anderson. Once again, Jaden McDaniels is out. The camaraderie is just not going to be there. There's going to be no team chemistry. Everybody's going to still be, a little shake it up from what happened. It's not that there's a problem on the court. It's just what happened off the court. Well, not off the court, but on the bench. It's just going to happen on the bench. It's just going to affect what's going to happen on the court. It's not that I think that New Orleans is the greatest team in the universe. I do think they're a half-decent team, and I think if they had Williamson, they would be a beast, and if he can stay healthy for next year, then they can be a real good team. But, I think that New Orleans has one of the better chemistries in the NBA. They couldn't really show it, I think, because Williamson was played 29 games this year. I think CJ McCollum puts that team together, and I think that they're going to be better prepared. I think they're going to be, they're going to be together. They're going to be more together than the Minnesota Timberwolves, and I think they will win that game. So for the seeds, I do have the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Milwaukee Bucks, and then the Miami Heat going up against the Boston Celtics. And then in the Western Conference, I have the Los Angeles Lakers taking on the Memphis Grizzlies, and then I have the New Orleans Pelicans taking on the Denver Nuggets in the first round. So let me know in the comments what you guys think, who's going to take what seeds in the play-in tournament. And that'll do it for this video. Make sure you subscribe with post notifications on. Go subscribe to my Brother in the Great Vlogs. Make sure you go subscribe to my second channel at Ryan the Cod Great, and make sure you follow me on Twitch at Ryan the Great Podcast. And as always, Ryan the Great out. Peace.